Dun Shows World.
Welcome to Shows World Gamers, Josh here, and today we are talking about the awesome new possibilities that were just unveiled at the recent Nintendo Direct. We got some awesome new classic games added to the Nintendo Switch online library of games in the Nintendo 64 section. Only these games didn't get added to the standard Nintendo 64 library. That's right, we received a whole new section of Nintendo 64 Mature 17+. This was added and is where you will find the two latest mature rated games, Turok the Dinosaur Hunter and the awesome first-person shooter, Perfect Dark. So I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the 5 mature rated games that I most want added to the service now that we have this new section. But before we jump into my selections, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. Alright gamers, and the first game we're going to start with for my picks is Mortal Kombat Trilogy. It is probably my favorite game in the series, which I admit is probably a pretty unpopular opinion in the Mortal Kombat community, but I just had a ton of fun playing this game on the Nintendo 64 as well as on the PlayStation 1. The game had a huge roster of fighters, bringing back characters missing from Mortal Kombat 3 and including hidden and rumored past fighters with tons of different fatalities, as well as the awesome combo system that they introduced in Mortal Kombat 3. And it's just an all-around fun game to play, so I would love to see this game added. Next up, Hexen is a game that fans have been clamoring for something to play in this franchise for years. And head of Xbox Phil Spencer, who is a self-proclaimed pretty big fan of the series, has been donning a Hexen shirt on occasion since Xbox obtained the rights of the franchise, which has added fuel to that fire. The game is a fantasy first-person shooter with puzzle elements. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the game, but the game has a cult following that would love to get their hands on this game again, so I'm rooting for this game to go in there for those fans. Now, Duke Nukem 64 may not be the best version of Duke Nukem 3D, and the mature content was a little watered down a bit in this game, but it's still a lot of fun. Released back before the series kind of crashed and burned, and was still very popular. This first-person shooter lets you take control of Duke, an 80s action hero style badass armed with one-liners and an arsenal of weaponry on a mission to take out attacking aliens. Now, South Park was a game I really enjoyed when it released. It was another first-person shooter, but it just felt a lot different when you played it. The game is packed with the signature South Park brand of humor. You were armed with snowballs and had to take out crazy animals and thwart an alien invasion. There were 3 South Park games on the systems, the other 2 being a kart racer and a quiz show style game, but my favorite was the original. And of course, no mature rated Nintendo 64 list would be complete without the most infamous mature rated game on the console. Conker's Bad Fur Day is an over-the-top, toilet humor-filled, foul-mouthed game where you play as a squirrel named Conker on his way home after a night of drinking. The game starts off with you severely hungover and stumbling around slowly, but once the game gets going, it turns out to be a pretty fun 3D platformer. Alright gamers, so that's the 5 games I really hope to see on the service. But there are definitely a few games I kind of purposely left off the list, like Quake 2 and Doom 64, as well as Resident Evil 2, all of which were awesome games that would be perfect additions, but they're actually already available on the Switch, so I kind of passed on those ones. Also, Turok 2 is, I think, a far superior game to the original, but with the first game there, I kind of believe this game is on its way at some point. But let me know in the comments what games you want added to the service, and do me a favor and hit the like button, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Shows World, out.